Breaking news today, President Obama has announced that religious employers will not be mandated to offer free contraceptive coverage for workers after all, instead demanding that insurance companies, rather than the religious-affiliated institutions, take the lead in enrolling employees for the birth control benefit and covering the cost. Is that a compromise, or is that just another way of accomplishing the same thing?
I don't know how insurance companies can cover the cost without somebody paying for that cost. I mean, the insurance company's not going to give you freebies.
This seems very Clinton-esque, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just, what's the definition of is?
Doesn't it? Because in other words, it's saying, okay, you still got to do it, but we'll just have the insurance company do it in your name.
Yeah,
isn't it?
Again, what money are they going to use? This is their policy that the Catholic organization is paying for. The money's going to come from somewhere, and I just think this looks, and I haven't seen the language, but it looks like too cute by a half, and doesn't really solve the problem. But look, if President Obama I said this in my speech, we're talking about expenditures that are relatively minor. I mean, birth control pills are not going to break the bank. They're not an insurable event. So why do we even need? Here's the question. Why should the government be telling you to cover all of these rather low-cost things? Let's set aside contraception. Why is the government telling you that you have to provide insurance for a variety of very low-cost healthcare procedures or drugs? That's not what insurance is for. Insurance is to prevent you from having, financial distress because of a high-cost incident. And so if it was something, you can make the argument, well, if this was a very, very expensive thing and people wouldn't be able to afford it otherwise, you might be able to make the argument the government may have a compelling interest. I wouldn't, but you could. But for something as inexpensive as this, to force people to pay for it is not. It's
radical.
It's radical.
Yeah.
It's radical. It's trying to impose your values on somebody else.
It's part of the transformation of America.
It is part of the transformation. And the amazing thing is that the left always talks about tolerance. They're the most intolerant of all. They don't want you to be able to practice the faith that you believe in.